So sleepy, you guys.
We can have a short episode this week. I really don't have.
Mm. Well, I was trying to start a conversation. Oh well. So, hello everybody. Fandom Flux podcast. How's it going? I'm Casey, who is sleepy, because
They changed the clocks again.
they did.
They do that, yes.
I mean, mine changed last week, but yeah.
Everything has changed. The world is different.
At least it was back this time. It's worse when it's forward.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, guess when the clocks change? 2 a.m. Guess when I wake up for work? 2 a.m. So the last time it changed, I was instantly an hour late for work the second I woke up.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
We survived Halloween.
Yay.
It's true. I live in the country, so it means nothing to me. But what about you guys? I mean, did they even celebrate Halloween over there?
Kids came by. Not a lot as last year because we moved. Actually, no, we were still in this house last year. Just not as lot as last year, but there were still lots of kids, and we handed out candy, and we still have a ton of candy left over. So I've been
Did you
munching
guys
on
kind
that.
of load up and get a lot more than you thought you needed, or
My mom and
was it
dad
just you were
both went to
expecting?
go get bags of candy,
Oh, I
unknowing
see.
that the other one, because they were both like, "We're low," so I'll get. So they each kind of miscommunicated, and they ended up getting 2 extra bags of candy.
That's some delightful shenanigans right there.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of candy.
I'm pretty sure some kids knocked on, but I was legitimately asleep, not even pretending and keeping the lights off. I was out, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no one wants to see Casey opening the door in his robe. That's not
Do you
a sight for
do you
adults
leave
to
it
see,
open?
let alone children.
Opening the door in your robe. Hey kids, do you want some candy?
Yeah, no one needs that. No.
I mean, do you keep it open or something? Like what are you implying here?
So yeah, Halloween was mercifully brief, and now I get to experience the joys that are the 3rd of November, which is a well-known British holiday where all of the fuck muppets decide to let off their fireworks early because they don't have the patience to wait for the 5th.
Truly, truly painful.
I may have been trying to take a nap earlier.
In fairness, that does sound genuinely annoying.
Yeah.
So as much as I'd want to give you shit over it, yeah, no, that.
Yeah.
Grumpy old man right here.
Yeah.
With your white hair and your robe and you're offering kids candy.
I don't know if a kid's shit.
Get
Get your own candy. Sweets. Whatever.
Yeah.
Zero's here.
Hi, everybody.
Size is here.
Hello.
We're recording on a Sunday night again. This might be the last time for a little while. Never did ask Slicer whether he's actually going to be available on Tuesdays for like normal recording time.
I will. I have a regular working schedule, so I'll be available the next Thursday that's coming up, and
Tuesday,
then the week after
not
that,
Thursday.
starting. Oh, yeah. So I wouldn't be able to.
So you still wouldn't be available for Tuesdays.
Starting on the 11th, I will work 1 week of orientation, which is 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and then I switch to my actual schedule, which is 5:30 or 5 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. So I'd be available in the mornings and the afternoon. So I would be available any day starting 2 weeks from now.
Okay, cool. Okay. I got some of that, I think. I'm not aware.
Fair enough. That was a lot of numbers and times to throw at you, but just keep in mind I'm not available for basically the next 2 weeks. That's it,
Okay, that's good to know.
and
All
then I'll
right,
be available whenever.
all right. So yeah, we're here. We managed to record this week, which is nice.
Woo!
Yay.
Yeah.
Um, much as I would really rather be in bed, but that's okay, because we love you guys. And by you guys, I mean the audience. You guys in the call, you can go fuck off. That's fine.
I assumed that's what you meant. Yes.
Yeah.
You were metaphorically speaking to the camera.
Yeah. The camera that is not rolling because we don't. I'm tired. So, who's done things? Has anyone done things?
I went and I saw Zombieland 2.
Oh, sweet! I really see that.
That's the one that was kind of the scream of the zombie films. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very goofy.
Like acknowledging all of the tropes and such.
Yes.
Okay.
I really like that movie. It's just fun. Lots of comedy in it. Um, the characters still maintain their depth that they had in the last movie, which is nice.
Did they keep their
And
character development though?
I actually like specifically I would say they've kept their character development, although I do think that some characters regress slightly.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, but this is like what was it, like 10 years later or like 5 years later? No, it's 10 years later in the zombie apocalypse. So they've all gotten really just good at killing zombies. And the Little Rock, the little sister of Wichita, goes and basically runs off with this hippie guy. And so then the rest of our group goes after them, and misadventures happen
As
with
they do.
zombies. And then they get to the place, and it's just like, yeah, peace. And it's this walled off whole like peace loving group of survivors, and they're melting down the guns. And
Oh
it's just like,
God.
yeah, it's just like over the top. It's like, oh, they're gonna die, but it's yeah, it's hilarious. I highly recommend it if you liked the first one. It's a lot more of the same humor, but it's also just, you know, good movie. Fun way to spend your afternoon. Uh,
Well, that's fantastic news. I was really looking forward to that. I would have been really upset if it was terrible.
yeah, I enjoyed it. And aside from that, uh, I did record and upload a Halloween special.
I sorry, you just reminded me of the show's catchphrase. Aside from that, Patient is not here to call you out on it, but I literally just remembered that
Oh,
was a thing that he called us out on a while ago.
We've been saying that
oh.
for years, in
Yeah.
fairness. It's yeah.
Anyway,
Aside from that, though, sorry.
aside from that, uh, I did upload the Halloween special, which if you have not seen it, um, go watch it because
Zero tries to date me.
no, I try to date death as I want to
Does it
die.
go well?
Um, so I recorded a 25-minute quote unquote let's play of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, the Colonel Sanders dating sim released officially
Oh,
by KFC,
You
and it's
pronounced
free
Casey
on
wrong, but that's
Steam.
okay.
And I recorded it once, and then I lost the audio. And in the first recording, I found a way to actually die in the game, and I was like, "This is it, I've won."
I think that is the best win. Yes, just death.
Unfortunately, though, the audio was lost, so I
Oh,
had to record it again. And I decided let's not die. Let's go a little bit further and see what happens. And yeah, that's if you want to see me low energy and kind of pissed off and sarcastic, go watch that. It's mm, that game is very bizarre, and
I'm I'm just shocked it's official.
I mean,
yes,
I saw myself riding a chicken in the intro, so yeah, strange is a word for it.
this game makes me feel bad in many different ways. As somebody who has now worked at KFC for 6 years, I feel very bad.
You're gonna be traumatized by KFC for the rest of your life, aren't you?
Yes.
I mean, anyone who works retail is permanently disabled in a way.
Okay.
I
It's an odd way
blanked
to
on the right.
phrase that, but okay.
I blanked on the right word to use. Ruined.
Okay,
Permanently
well, with
scarred.
the context of what you said instead of that, that just sounds kind of mean now. Thank you.
Oh. Uh,
Mildly ruined forever. There you go.
to quote the show's catchphrase, aside from that, um, I also went and I bought Luigi's Mansion 3. I really loved Luigi's Mansion games. Luigi's Mansion 2 really fell flat for me.
Yeah,
And
that's very common. That's all I hear is it's just kind of blah.
3 is bounds and leaps above 2.
But
It's
how does it compare to one?
I in some ways I like it more than 1. In fact,
Wow.
I'd actually say this game is more fun to play than 1. It's I hesitate to call it scary because it is just essentially a Metroidvania with a vacuum. And I enjoy that. It's I say Metroidvania, but it's not really Metroidvania-ish. The levels you go through are all very linear, but there are power-ups that you get that help you find secret paths that you can find collectibles and other things on previous floors because a large hotel that's like a tower, and every time you defeat a major boss ghost, you unlock a new floor. And you have to go free the three Toads, Peach, and Mario, who have been captured by an old nemesis, King Boo. So, yeah, it's very much like directly relevant to Luigi's Mansion 1, and I enjoy that. Likewise, having the ability that when you suck something up with your vacuum, you can just slam it around and just destroy all the furniture and get money. That feels nice.
That is very satisfying.
That's cathartic.
Yeah.
There's one part recently where it's just like I got this saw for cutting off these branches, but then I could use the saw to just destroy all the furniture in the room. And because you suck up the saw after turning it on, and like you're holding it as if you're holding the saw itself because it's kind of stuck into the vacuum. And yeah, they do a lot of very creative things with a limited number of moves.
I'll admit I'm kind of upset we don't get King Boo using the Super Crown, so we get Booette. That'd be great. She was the final boss.
Oh,
I'm gonna admit I thought something very similar. Yes.
well, I haven't beaten the game yet.
That's fair. I mean, it could still be there. I can hold out hope. I can hope.
um, but yeah, it's fun to play. The controls can be a bit awkward at times in terms of trying to rotate Luigi when you're using your vacuum. That is definitely something that's taking a lot of getting used to, and I wish it was a bit more responsive. But other than that, game control's great. All of the boss ghosts have a ton of personality. I went through a recent floor of this hotel, which was all just like medieval times. Uh, I mean the restaurant,
Oh,
but
so it's
also like
Slice's floor.
actual.
It's the Lapa Ghost.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah, but also like actual castle with traps and stuff and hidden passageways, and it's just fun, like exploring a haunted house and just, ooh, what's this over here? What's this over there? Constantly always finding new things. And the game has a ton of charm. Like every animation, um, there's the one boss ghost, which is like um, on this floor of this hotel that's just like shopping. He's like the overweight mall cop who's just cowardly and runs away and is just like every single Paul Blart movie.
Wow.
There are
um,
multiple Paul Blart movies.
I
yes,
think
there are
there's
two.
uh, memes never die.
Memes never die. But no, it's I've been enjoying every single boss so far. One was like this composer boss who played on his piano on a stage, and then he jumped in his piano, and his piano became like the monstrous piano from Mario 64, and it would chase you around, and then you had to just you had to just kind of get the piano to like turn over, and then you would attach your suction cup to it, and then suck onto the suction cup so that your vacuum gets sucked onto it, and then you lift up the piano and slam it onto the ground. And yeah, the ability to just slam things with the whole suction cups and whenever you're sucking up ghosts just makes that game a lot more fun to play and a lot more animated. So so far I've been enjoying that game. I highly recommend it.
Well, sweet. I mean, the personality of the ghost was a huge strength in the first game, and I
Yeah.
assume the second one, even if the controls were crap.
Right before we started recording, I was playing and I was going through a movie set, and there was a ghost who was a director who was crying because he didn't have his megaphone. And you go through all these different sets, and you have Luigi and you have the Gooigi character, which is your extra switch between two characters co-op thing. And so you go to the camera and you see the movie set, but with all the CG on it because it's a green screen. And then you summon Guigi, and Guigi runs through the actual movie scene as if it's all real. And it's like it's got tons of creative ideas like that. And you get the director back his megaphone, and then you get brought forward to a small set, and it's like, oh, now Luigi's a kaiju. They're doing a Godzilla
Gross.
movie.
What?
That
It's
actually sounds pretty cool. Damn it.
but every floor has something special and something that makes it very fun and memorable, and I'm enjoying that. So yeah, big recommend for me. This is everything I wanted out of a Luigi's Mansion game after I was very disappointed with the lack of personality and charm in 2. Although Patient would disagree with me because I think he saw the full Let's Play for that Chugga did.
Mm.
But that first mansion that I played through did not really grab me at all, whereas this kind of instantly grabbed me, and it's just more fun to play. As for anything else that I've been doing,
Aside from that, yes.
I was trying to avoid that.
He did not, in fact, say that. So yeah, I think you got it.
Just been grinding an FGO with the Halloween event.
Yeah, it's been a
Is it
thing.
is is it good? Is that a fun game? Do you enjoy playing that game?
Yes, actually.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good because all I hear is people spending money on it.
I have not spent money on it in a long time now.
Yeah, I think summer was the last time I did.
Yeah, it was summer. But I've been like, I'm not gonna spend any more money on this. I'm just saving all my currency, which they're giving you a lot of, mind you.
Yeah.
Uh, I believe they're about to give me like 60-cent quartz,
Yep,
which
that's what
is
I heard for like three different things that just happened to be coinciding.
yeah, which is like 2 10 poles, which is really nice. They give out a lot of stuff if you're patient, so it's a sort of just a slow burn, I guess, in
Yeah.
terms of just like you gotta wait and then pull and then wait. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's really been going on other than
Hang
substitute
on.
teaching. But
I'm gonna find a thing that Slicer should see.
oh, oh dear,
Because
what is this? Oh, I
this is
remember
amusing.
something else I did.
This is the setting
Whoa.
for the
The
Halloween
Halloween
event.
event, the Himeji Castle on top of the pyramid, on top of Sajet Castle.
What?
Yep,
Yeah. It
That's
it's really dumb. They use
yeah.
the word. One of the character uses the word gomeno sorry, which makes me happy.
Yeah. One of the characters is like a minor Japanese deity. Um but because it's like a bat spirit, then she's a neat that doesn't like to go outside. So she's just a hikikomori who talks in broken Japanese phrases. So yeah, it's it's surprisingly endearing. People were really not into it at first, but it grows
Ubu,
on you.
shut up.
I I assumed those were memes and stupid jokes. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
Where the Gomenasari thing?
Yes, it's
Mm.
amazing. It's that's actually in the game, and
Some
it
of
That
the
keeps happening.
puns are really good.
Yes,
that sounds delightfully terrible.
Yeah. Mm.
but yeah, that's been a lot of fun. I also remember what I did. Aside from that, there we go. Which was I DM'd a Call of Cthulhu one shot for Halloween, or the Saturday after it, rather.
Oh, sweet.
It was my first time ever running Call of Cthulhu, which is, obviously kind of terrifying because you have to know all the rules. And I was doing a module which was called Deadlight. It was like a $5 thing, um, and everybody had a lot of fun. It's not like D&D where it's D&D has most of its rules are devoted to combat. There's barely anything in terms of combat in Call of Cthulhu. A lot of it is just RP and you know just role play, investigating, mystery, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of not going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
If you look at the things that are monsters, you go insane. So kind of tricky to actually fight things if you wanted to.
So my players, basically what was happening was they were driving down this stormy road and they saw a woman who was looked like she was in bad shape, and they tried to swerve and avoid her, and then they clipped her because they failed that roll, and just she got knocked to the ground. They were driving slowly though, and they brought her in and made their way down to the diner. And long story short, no player survived.
Oh, okay.
One of them went insane when he saw the first dead body, and then pulled a gun from the cash register in the diner they were in, and shot one of the NPCs. The rest of the party had left at this point, and then made the other NPC make him a nice meal. Well, he drew the dead body that he had just, yeah. And she served him poisoned food, so he died. The
I
monster in
like
question, by the way, was this thing called the Dead Light. It's this 2 meter long, like inky white light that enters your body and then just consumes you from the inside and then leaves.
I like the ingenuity of the chef. Of like, okay, this crazy person just murdered the fuck out of my friend, so and now he wants food. I can work with that.
Yes. Um, Another player was running from the monster, and they got their legs stuck in a ditch, and they tried to pull themselves free, and they pushed their roll, which you can push your roll in Call of Cthulhu, but if you push the roll, there is a higher chance of a negative effect. So she ended up kind of dislocating her foot. And then the light caught up to her, went inside her, and she tried to cause a fire to kind of like maybe burn out of her skin or something, but it was raining, so yeah, that didn't really work. So the other two players and one NPC that was traveling with them make their way to this abandoned cottage and go searching. They can't find anything about this monster, but they knew that it had originally come from here. One player rolls a critical success on putting these together about this monster, and that's a natural 1 on a D100. Which,
Ooh, ouch.
yeah, that's a Call of Cthulhu critical success.
Because everything is backwards and topsy-turvy and insane in Call of Cthulhu.
Yes.
That's how that works.
So 1 in 100 chance of like, okay, this thing kind of shirks back when there was lightning. There's a generator in the basement here. We can set a trap. So they go and they set a trap, and the private detective, who's the NPC with them, is like, okay, I'll be the bait. So he runs out. He rolls low, and he gets devoured. So one of the others goes out, and all right, I'm going to be the bait. And they go out, and they have the same dexterity as the monster. And for those who don't know, you don't have any sort of initiative or turn order necessarily. You do have a turn order, but not initiative, like you have in D&D, where you roll and then you decide turn order based on a D20 plus your dex modifier. But it's usually whoever has the highest dex goes first. They both have the same dex. So I had them roll dexterity checks to see who could go first, and she just barely won. So she ran down after baiting this thing. It goes into the trap, and Lamzo, it's gone. They beat the monster.
Yay!
The two characters, though, as one of the characters who was one of the NPCs who was related to the character who originally set this thing free, though, had entered the cottage while they were down there, and upon seeing her grandfather's dead body and all the blood and destruction, and given her very, very fractured mental state, took her own life with a shotgun to the head.
Oh, Jesus.
So the two remaining party members go out, and they see this sight of her with most of her head gone, and I have them make sanity saving throws, and they both fail, and they both decide to push their rolls, and then they fail again. One of them rolling a 98 and a 99, which are two critical failures in a row.
That's not good.
So I give them temporary insanity effects, which are they both got the same one after rolling for that. And that was to get uncontrollably violent to anything around them. One of them had a baseball bat, the other one grabbed a gun, and they killed each other.
Yeah, wait. That sounds about right for a Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Everybody died except for the one waitress who made the food.
I was about to say, I think that was everyone. They're all dead now.
MVP. That lady.
Yeah, who knew? Who would have thought?
All the investigators died and the monster died, so it's a net gain there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But Call of Cthulhu is fun. I want to make that a tradition to do a Call of Cthulhu game every Halloween now. But that was my week. Sorry for taking up so much time.
No, that's good. Like, things to talk about are good in the show. Well, we're probably not going to have a lot to talk about. Slicer, you have things to talk about, right?
I don't really. Let's see. I played Borderlands 3. I think I talked about that last time. It was pretty good. It was not as good as Borderlands 2. So that's okay. It was enjoyable all the same, really. I've started volunteering at the animal shelter I used to volunteer at when I was a teenager. So that was fun. It's still around. Still doing pretty okay. Unfortunately, it's in a small town, and as is the nature of volunteer work, good people come and go. And unfortunately, good people tend to go faster than bad people. So sometimes it's under bad management. So that kind of sucks. But we seem to be in an upswing, so that's nice. So I'm happy to help out wherever I can. And not only that, they might actually hire me. They noticed how well I was doing cleaning kennels and stuff, and they might offer me a part-time job. So that would be good, considering I just bought a car. Oh, I just bought a car. That's a thing that happened.
Hey, that might be a major thing.
Yeah, I forgot that was a big deal. It sounds silly, but like, I mean, it happened like 3 weeks ago, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I got a 2017 Jeep Renegade, black. Looks really nice. And considering my old car was a 2002 Cavalier, it's light years ahead in terms of everything.
About 15 of them, even.
Yeah.
'Cause
Looking under the hood alone, it's completely unrecognizable as like an engine compared to my old one. It's crazy. I have electronic windows and locks, and I know that's not a big deal for most people, but I did not have those.
In a 2002?
Yeah, it had manual locks and windows. Good old crank windows.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. It was old car. And then it had even less than that because the deer decided to headbutt the side of my car, and it was the door was green, the overall car was silver, and the front fender on the left side was blue. So I had a nice 3-colored car there for about a month. Yeah, and then I was rolling, not even pressing the gas or the brake, just rolling down a hill, and my serpent belt tensioner, the thing that keeps the serpent belt working, snapped and started wobbling, and it would slip a belt constantly. And for those unaware, the serpent belt in a car keeps your things running. It, like power steering and air conditioning and a bunch of stuff, really. So you can drive it for a little while. It feels like you got to put your entire weight behind turning the wheel, but you can drive it.
Oh yeah, my car also recently had a problem where I went like twice to get this one tire fixed because it was just leaking air, and there was a nail in it. And a week later, which is like last week, I was driving home from work, and the tire just popped, exploded right there.
Oh, that's not good.
I was right next to an auto shop, though, so I pulled in and got a new tire on there. But my mom came back with me to pick up my car, and she gave them a real talking to with the fact that I came to get this car fixed and get it patched up. And despite their best efforts, they did not notice that the tire was bad at all. So they took the price of the patch off it. Off the new tire and everything, which is good. But yeah, car troubles are not fun to deal with.
No. Yeah, I actually probably could have driven my car to the mechanic. I wound up getting it towed because it was just kind of sitting in the parking ramp that I park in, and I have a pass for it, so I could have actually kept it in there I've seen cars park in that lot for months before they get a ticket. But I was paranoid about it, so I had him tow it. And all told, it was about, I think it was just shy of $300. And I only had about $2,000 in savings, and I was just going to buy a new car. So I'm really glad that wasn't any more. And nothing else broke in the day that I had to use it again before I got my new car. Because that first month after I bought my car was rough. I had I think $5 left at the end of the month, right before I get paid. I think that's the lowest my savings has been since I have been employed.
I've had Renegade stuck in my head for the past 5-10 minutes.
It's a pretty cool car. You can look it up. It's a lot cooler than it looks. Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay. I was gonna say
anything about cars, but the name is a cool song.
It looks boxy, the Renegade does when you see pictures of it, but in person it looks a lot better. It's not a Kia Soul, which I fucking hate.
Oh yeah, it does look very boxy.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking about Boxy, who I don't think anyone's thought about since like 2005. So
That's true. I wonder where she is.
God knows.
I hope she's doing well.
One would hope.
Or not, at least not, strung out, druggy, crazy,
Hmm.
schizophrenic. Whatever bad things can happen to someone when they're internet famous.
Well, here's the thing. Internet famous, yes, but that went away super quickly, which is probably a blessing.
It's good, but who knows how many stalkers kept following her.
Hmm.
People who are obsessed. Yeah. Who knows? I can't really think of anything else that this happened. I mean, I had okay, so I explained a little bit, but I currently work in the music building at the university I work at, and
Yes.
next week I'm going to be transferring to the hospital side of things and doing floor work. So I'll be doing waxing and scrubbing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's nice, but I've been told 3 different starting dates in the past 2 weeks. And the initial plan was to have me end on the 30th, which was a couple days ago, and then start on the 6th. So that's not too bad. I mean, that's like a week of just kind of limbo. It would suck to not get paid for that, especially since I have car payments now. But it was fine. I could handle that. And then they told me no, that would be a breach of contract, and their system would flip out and think I was fired because my last day was last month, and then I'd be kind of on hiatus until this month. And the difference in months did not agree with the system that we use, so that was a problem. So they pretty much just had me work another week, which kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't suck if I actually got along with my boss, but things have deteriorated quite a bit. So, oh well. It's just 3 more days I got to deal with him, and then I'm gone for good. Because despite all the talk of the unity, the university's east and west sides, the academic and the hospital side, do not talk to each other. Their systems don't even interact. Like the I don't even know what to call it, managerial system for the computers. I mean, not the staff. Just does not mix at all. Like, it's a completely different system. I have to go in as a new employee, but they're giving me all my sick time and vacation time and stuff like that manually. It's kind of weird. But the chances of me meshing with the people that I interact with now is very slim. So that's kind of good.
Hey, it's at least only got a few more days.
Yes, there is that. It is quite nice. Now I really want to play Luigi's Mansion 3. I have that stuck in my head since you mentioned it, and I'm just remembering all the good times I had with Luigi's Mansion 1. That's good. I should get that.
Seriously, been just jamming to the song in my head for the past like 5 minutes while I've been listening to you. But yeah,
that's
happens.
fair. It's a low energy, whatever cast. So, yay.
But I'm happy for you.
ASMR kind of.
Play Luigi's Mansion and you can hear Luigi say "Wowie Zowie."
Okay. And there's a slim chance I can see Bouette as a final boss. Who knows?
Is that a thing that Luigi says?
That's the thing that Charles Martinet, his voice actor, says in the game.
Huh. Okay.
As in, Luigi does say "Wowie Zowie" when he sees the hotel. It's like, "Wowie Zowie." It's like, oh, you pure and innocent child, you're going to get slaughtered.
Or at least, his soul sucked out, I suppose.
Okay.
He's such a scaredy cat, but because he always runs away, it really helps him out. That's why Mario can't ever actually survive in these games, like, without being thrown into a painting, because Mario doesn't run away from ghosts, even when he has no way to defeat them.
Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't that be kind of a problem? like rushing into something that can kill him, but he cannot fight.
Mario's brave. He'll jump on it. Oh no, he can't.
Well, he doesn't. He's not Link. He doesn't have the Sword of Evil's Bane or whatever the fuck. I mean, he's just gonna die.
Which is why it's called Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably for the best that Mario is captured and not just turned inside out for Luigi to find later. That'd be really morbid.
Man.
I'd probably be a lot more enthusiastic to finish those games, actually, if you get to just... Mario's literally killed.
Mario's dead and we're all out of 1-up mushrooms. Only you can deliver this 1-up mushroom, Luigi. Revive your brother!
That does feel like it could be a plot for a Luigi's Mansion. Mario literally gets killed and you have to try and resurrect him. Because he's a ghost now with a little hat.
That would be amazing, because everyone would be like, oh, he's dead. Oh, that's fine. He has more mushrooms. Oh god, we're out of mushrooms! And then everybody starts... It goes from completely casual to flipping the fuck out. Oh, that'd be great.
Oh god.
Luigi's Mansion 4, that one's free.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about him
Mario
like being
from Mario Galaxy.
Your fucking Navi from Legend of Zelda. Yeah, that.
Nice.
Yeah. I would probably play that game if you get a fucking helper NPC Mario Ghost.
You have your dog Ghost.
Yeah, but that's not as cool as having your brother just
But you get to pet
on a
the
fucking
dog.
leash. Luigi is in charge now.
Would the Mario Ghost even talk, or would it just spit out sound clips?
It would probably spit out small word-like sound clips.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just
Ooh.
poke it. Yeah. That'd be great.
And again, in Mario Galaxy, you had Boo Luigi.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got Code Vein. Yeah. So,
Nice.
Anyone here played that?
That's I'm gonna get that for Christmas.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Henry from our Discord and my friend has been raving about it for quite a while. Since I got paid literally yesterday, I should get that. And that would be my fun purchase for the month.
Because I went and I bought Outer Worlds, and I'm just like, I'll just get Code Vein for Christmas. And also, I don't know if you guys heard or anything, but there was a leak for Pokemon, like a major one.
I haven't heard any details, but yeah.
I saw the final evolutions for 2 of the starters. Sabo looks really, really good.
Is he firefighting? I know he's the water type. Is he firefighting, though?
No.
I feel like they would go that far at this point.
I like Sabo. I like Grookey. I think they have really good final evolutions. As for... There was a leak about, like, oh, here are the Pokemon that have been cut, but that one's been disproven. So... I don't know. People are doing their best to try to data mine and do whatever they can to find leaks, and I'm just trying to steer clear of most of them. The only ones I really swelled myself on were the final evolutions. Anyways, Slicer.
Yeah, I think that's it, really.
All right.
New car, new job soon. Got Code Vein. Borderlands 3 is pretty solid.
Nice. Casey, what did you do?
The Outer Worlds is alright, I guess.
I do want to get that. I mean, is it Fallout E?
It's literally just Fallout. It's Fallout in space.
I mean, you've sold me instantly, so fair enough.
Yeah, it's Fallout in space. That's basically it. Obviously without all the recognizable traits, but yeah, it's basically that. Um, the writing is better, but that's not a high bar. Um, and I'm not sure how sold I am on it in general.
Hmm.
Like, there are some things I like about it, some things I'm not so keen on. Like, every time I see someone try and do something quote unquote unique with ammo, because what they've decided to do in the Outer Worlds is there are three types of ammo. There is light ammo, there is heavy ammo, and there is energy ammo.
Hmm.
So basically, all ammo is useful,
Yes.
which is convenient, but at the same time, it also means you end up with a lot of ammo.
I ran
Does
into
it
the problem where I have thousands of rounds of each type.
Yep.
do
I
they
just got
weigh
off of the first
anything?
world, and that was my situation, yes.
Do they take up space? Is that a
Nope.
problem?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That sounds fine then. I mean, my most hated game mechanic in anything is ammo caps. So,
Well, that's the thing. You end up not bothering looting anymore because there's not really any reason to.
Hmm.
oh, that okay, that's what you mean. That's
Very
fair.
quickly, everything
Yeah.
you could find loses any value.
The only reason what like there are things obviously to buy, specifically after you get off the first world. Um, there's a lot of reasons to sell things and to still loot, but later on in the game, I did notice I was just like, I think I'm good. I don't think I need to loot that much anymore because I looted really hard in the beginning and midway point, and then just like last 30% of the game, I was just like, I think I'm good.
And it also does the obsidian thing of, well, obviously, all of these enemies have weapons and armor and everything, so we should have you get them from every single enemy. So you end up with 20 assault rifles.
I mean, I had to be very selective about what I was picking up because it's just like, I don't need your weapon. And I guess it makes
Yeah.
sense because there is a durability mechanic, but I took the stuff, the feats and whatever,
Yep.
the perk that just reduces durability loss in
Yep.
general, and then I never really had to deal with that.
Yep. So if you do a lot of efficiency stuff, you actually scrub a huge section of the game, the gameplay loop out of it. Which I don't know. Some people might really be into that. Like, hey, I'm tweaking the game so I don't have to play it as much. I guess. I never got that mindset, but yeah. Also, not so keen on how it decided to handle the first companion that you find, which is a strange complaint for me to have
How so?
because she's a fun character. I like her a lot.
Hmm.
She's cool. Uh, Funny thing, the very first thing that happens once you leave the first planet with her is she gets moon eyes over a lady mechanic that she meets and is kind of leaning towards leaving your crew, is how it's framed. Like, immediately.
That's not what I took from that at all, actually. I don't know what dialogue choices you took though, so I can't really say.
So, yeah, that, yeah, wasn't so keen on that. Like, almost as soon as, you're going out on this adventure and we're going to do cool things together, and she's immediately like, hey, but this lady, though, what's up? Like, you're immediately not important to her. Which,
Again, I
feels.
didn't get that impression at all, but
Yeah. So that was a little odd, and like
So
I
I am
I
interested to, yeah.
I get the idea that yeah they're going for a you're not the center of everyone's universe kind of thing, which generally for RPGs is probably going to be pretty jarring, to be perfectly honest with you, because that's how they all work. Um, but I don't know. I think maybe, like you say, it might be a context thing for how I decided to play the game because I was very supportive because I like to be the nice good guy. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know.
Because
Maybe moves the needle a bit too far.
I played through her entire quest line, and I was the supportive friend, and she didn't really bring up the idea of leaving the crew at any time.
Mm.
You could, I guess, you probably could encourage her to go, but she didn't bring up that idea at all. Um, Maybe it has something to do with your decisions on Edgewater as well. I don't know.
Mm.
Uh, I really want to try that supernova difficulty for Outer
Don't.
Worlds. Why?
I was going to do that. I was gonna do. I got to what's it called? The big ship.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? I got to it and I was like, I'm seeing a lot of these inventory problems, and they're just kind of leading to a loss of gameplay systems. So maybe I should try that super hard difficulty that actually makes all of that matter. Like I'm pretty sure it does have weight for things like ammo and stuff like that, and you have to eat and drink and everything, and sleep. But then there's some that just make it a complete fucking chore, and I can tell just by looking at the list.
So here's the list of things that happen in supernova difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
So enemies have more health and deal more damage.
Yep.
You must eat, drink, and sleep to survive.
Yep. Pretty standard for survival.
Companions can die permanently.
That's gonna be a bit of an annoyance, but quick save is a thing.
Crippled body and limb conditions can only be healed by sleeping in beds.
That's a little bit annoying, but that's fine. There's beds everywhere. That's okay.
You can only sleep inside your ship.
There it is. You can only sleep
And
inside your ship. You can only save inside your ship.
you can only manually save inside your ship, and you can only fast travel to your ship.
Yep.
Auto saves are more limited, and weapons and armor work very poorly at zero durability.
That ship thing would be an absolute fucking chore.
That doesn't sound very fun, but it also sounds like because there's only so many places you can go. But at the same time, like thinking about it, on the bigger planets, there are multiple landing sites for your ship, so you can move your ship around. So I guess it could work.
To me, it
But
just sounds like go through 3 loading screens before you can save. Every time. That's all it
I
means.
do wonder what rate those bars for sleep, drinking, and eating decline. Because I think that's really the make or break it for me. Like if I have to every in-game cycle sleep, or if I can push it for like a few days, that's a big difference.
Yeah. But with that, you can only sleep in the ship thing. They made beds completely pointless in both survival and the regular game.
Yeah, which is kind of I'm very curious as to why. Why would you just? I get that's harder, but yeah, I hadn't really looked at everything that changed, and now looking at it, it's just like, no, that doesn't look very fun.
Yeah. I totally would have been down for that. For some reason to be picking up food and drink and everything. But yeah, no. That's just a massive slog and inconvenience that's not worth it. Sad times.
Anything else you do?
I'm not doing NaNoWriMo. That said, I've written 7,000 words in the past 3 days. So, I don't know. I might end up doing it accidentally.
I have a few suspicions about your statements.
I mean, That contest, do you have to write something specifically for it, or is it just you can write whatever you want as long as it's that?
I mean, I'm just treating it as, hey, write 50,000 words in a month, and because I have commitments, I can't just stop writing other things. So, yeah. I don't want to do it. I don't, but I do, but I don't.
I don't think you do, actually, because you have other obligations, and those actually make you money. You already proved you can do this challenge, so you don't need to prove anything.
No, but it it's more a practicality thing. Like having a backlog of however many thousand words, like some of it's going to go to the quest, which gets updated regardless. And I don't really have a control of the timing of that. But like just having some chapters in a backlog is a really nice thing to have. Like I'm 2 ahead currently. Like I'm releasing one tomorrow, and then I'm going to be 1 ahead, obviously. But just having that safety net of, okay, my quota is basically covered for a while. That's really nice, and I would like it to be bigger if I can manage it. So that's where I stand on that. I don't know. I'll see how it goes, and if I start feeling like absolute garbage, I'm absolutely going to stop. But yeah.
That's fair. Okay, that's a good idea. Give it a shot, but don't break yourself over it.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Just doing the stuff and things that I usually do. And Fate Go, obviously, because that's fun. I finished that event today, by the way. I had to slog through it.
I have like 20 missions left.
So, recommendations?
Go play Luigi's Mansion. Zombieland 2 is good. Take care of yourself after devouring all the Halloween chocolate. That is.
What? You almost said something very different there.
Did you almost say children?
Yeah, he did.
That's
it's that Cthulhu that's left in me a bit, you know.
Slicer, any recommendations? We're just gonna cruise past that.
I kind of choked on my words a bit. Sorry.
Not really. I've read a few things, but I had one, and it was a little Mary Sue story about Harry Potter redoing his 4th year over and over again, Groundhog Day style, and he rapidly goes crazy. And I forget what it was called, unfortunately. It wasn't very long. It was kind of a short, sweet, funny thing.
That is a shame, but I had also been just whispering under my breath, please say no, please say no, please say no, over and over again, because I don't have to do the work of putting in links. So...
Yeah. No, don't have to, because I don't have one. I don't even know what it was called.
Yeah. Patreon hasn't gone through yet, as far as I'm aware, or hasn't been processed?
The Patreon thing has not been processed as to my knowledge. I'll double check my email, but I haven't gotten any emails about Patreon yet, so yeah, no, not yet.
Okay, because Casey's flagging and he kind of wants to go back to bed.
Okay.
So, thanks for listening to the podcast. This one that it was, whichever one that was, that this one was. So, if you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the Discord channel that is in the description. It's public, and we hang out, and we all pretty much play Fate Go most of the time, and we're lame, but still, we hang out. It's cool. We also do writing stuff sometimes when we can be bothered. Please do it on Patreon if you feel so inclined. We would appreciate it and stuff. It's cool. Thanks for listening. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.